And we're back here at Boom and Bust with our guest, Mark Borkowski. He is president of Mercantile Mergers and Acquisitions Corporation in Toronto. Mark, we're just trying to get a handle on the program about, opportunities for sale. And you started to list a few. And also wondering about, in the not public, but private and founder businesses, is there a good interest and market there?
Well, that's the market that I work in, and that's
Right.
the majority of the market. The public markets are a whole new different domain, and they operate very differently. So the private equity community, and there's probably close to 40,000 of them in North America. Not all of them have captive capital. But there's 40,000 groups out there willing to make investments, and they focus on owner, founder businesses across North America in different sectors. So as I indicated, the hot sectors at the moment, anything in insurance. There's roll-ups taking place, roll-ups in the dental market. The dentists are selling their practices. That some of them, like Dental Corp, have already gone public. They've amassed a large number of dentists. It's taking place in the heating, ventilating, and air conditioning market. It's taking place in the plumbing market. It's taking place in insurance. There's certain industries that seem to have attracted a lot of capital. So there's consolidation taking place. Again, great time to consider being a seller in any market. Manufacturing is very hot.
Yeah.
High value-added manufacturing in Canada attracts a lot of attention. And, look at it practically. There are a lot of Canadian private equity firms. So let's not say that the Americans are buying Canadian companies. There's a very vibrant private equity and investment community here. There's lots of strategic acquirers, a good number of family offices that are making acquisitions and investing. Yeah. And it's not just about acquiring, it's partnering. It's partnering with good management.
Well, I was going to ask you, hopefully this isn't just about buying and selling, it's about acquiring and building. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Most of these organizations who do add value, they lead with a check. So the captive private equity firms are looking more than likely to double the revenue in 4 years' time. And so from an investor's perspective, let me use an expression that many know, a 10-banger. So they get 10 times their money in 4 years. And, private equity are under pressure to churn, which means in order to keep their relationships with the pension funds and insurance funds, they're under pressure within the first 4, maybe 3 to 7 to 8 years maximum to churn and sell that company, probably to a much larger private equity organization, possibly take it public, although that's not happening a great deal at the moment, or some way recapitalize. In many cases, they sell it back to management, although the company is usually much larger at that point. Private equity is good.
So give us your sense of Canadian managers. Are they, because sometimes they're much maligned, that they're not risk takers, or they're very too conservative in their decision making. Is that your experience as well?
That's a myth. We have some outstanding managers here, the best of universities. The only issue that, if I had to compare, is that when some of these opportunities come up as a management buyout, Harry's 77. He's operated the business for 49 years. He's got a great business. He's got 2-3 great managers. And the ideal buyer to buy the business is the management group, not necessarily to sell it outside. Everything stays status quo. You approach the managers and say, hey, would you guys put up a little bit of money? You're not going to own it. Well, you'll partner with someone.
Right.
And a lot of reluctance. A lot of reluctance. They're not prepared to write a small check,
right,
to get something that could eventually. The objective is, if they're partnering with a bank, BDC is probably amongst the best in terms of partnering with management teams in Canada,
right,
without question.
Right.
They should be complimented for the good work they're doing in management buyouts. But encouraging these managers to step forward is a big challenge. Most of them will say, well, we don't have any money. For a token amount of $50,000 or $100,000 in some of these transactions, and they could be multiple millions of dollars purchase price, these managers will get an equal share of what they've invested in, and something referred to as a promoter free carry. Not a promoter, but a free carry. So
right,
they'll get a bonus on their equity, plus an opportunity to earn more through earnouts, through bonuses. But we're finding that management teams across the board, at least those I've dealt with, are reluctant to write that initial check. They'd
Right.
rather stay employees. Hey,
That's-
no guts, no glory.
That's true in business, and it's true in politics, and it's true in life.
Yes, sir.
Mark
It's true
Borkowski,
in-
and we're going to take another brief break. We'll be back with some more insights after these messages. Please stay with us.